Da, 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 da.
You're
Here
dead
we
in the
are.
water. You can't
Dead in the water.
record. You can't
No.
browse. You can't do anything
I got
because
1% to click on the entry to the Riverside today, and that was all I got.
because the great, wonderful engineers that are known as Apple engineers have decided to make a wonderful, beautiful mouse that can only be charged from the bottom
Yeah.
and cannot be charged while you're using it. So
No.
for however long it takes for it to charge, you're
It's the
useless.
dumbest. It's the dumbest
It is.
design. And not only that, it's the stupid lightning port from the turn of the century, which no one uses anyway. It's ridiculous. I had to find and scrounge up the stupid lightning port cord.
Well, and even Apple, like the new Apple phones, like they don't even do those anymore. You know, like come on. But it's the worst.
The same. The keyboard's the same way. It's the same stupid lightning port thing.
Which I'm
Which you can
okay
use
with
when you charge it,
because
though.
I was gonna say which I'm fine with because I can still use it while it's charging. But
they have the nerve to call it a magic mouse too, which there's nothing magic about it.
No, there's nothing magic when you're sitting there waiting for it to charge because it's the worst. Because really, like it will just stop working in the most inopportune times, and then you have to sit there for like 5 minutes until it gets to like what, maybe 3%, which can last you quite a long time. But then you also have to remember to plug it in when you're stepping away from your computer so that it charges, which for somebody with ADHD, this is a battle that you can be battling for about a week because I had to charge my work computer one Monday like 3 times because I forgot when I got up for lunch that I needed to charge it, and then it died again in the afternoon. I hate it. I hate it, but
dumbest.
At the same time, people who say, well, that's why you should work with a PC.
That makes me want to throat punch you. I would never use PC.
No.
I think it's something to do with
anyway.
I think it's something to do with the charger anyway. I mean, anything that you have to recharge doesn't really work the way it's intended. I have a light that I bought that has these 3 like ginormous batteries in it that you're supposed to recharge. I maybe was able to get 4 cycles of the charge, and it won't even charge now. So the recycling thing or the recharging thing where you plug it into a wall, it doesn't work. Just use batteries, normal batteries.
It just makes you feel better about the environment, right? Like that you're doing something better for the future of tomorrow. But
does
really,
it though? Because I've never heard the Energizer Bunny catching on fire like a lithium battery does, right? Like, is it really?
That is true.
Yeah. Because wouldn't that be something if the Energizer Bunny burst into flames because his lithium battery is overheated?
It's funny because I've seen that a lot in the news lately, and I don't know. Is it that big of a problem, or is it just because it happened like twice that especially airlines have been freaking out?
Yeah, they don't let you bring any of that stuff on board because of that, which I've seen e-bikes and e-scooters burst into flames and whatnot. I don't know, man. I'm thinking, are we relying too much on the rechargeable? Because what happened when the power goes out? Right? Crap, I didn't recharge my flashlight. I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of it. I just don't think they work as they're supposed to.
No, I do have a solar bank or whatever they're called, which I think works. But to be honest with you, I just recharge it. I haven't left it out in the sun to recharge.
I have that too, and I've never done that either. I wonder how long it really takes. Like, is it gonna take 6 months to get a partial charge?
I would probably I probably should go check that out, especially being somewhat of a prepper. Saying that with air quotes for everybody who's not watching at home.
Yeah.
But like, if I do try that, it probably will burst out in flames. Let's be honest. Like,
Dude, I have a question for you, maybe even on the same path as this, but have
hmm
you noticed no matter what you buy nowadays, whether it be some kind of tech product or even something like home based, like, everything now comes with a carrying case. Everything comes with its own little zip up carrying pocket or bundler. And I bought some headphones the other day, and they came with this very large traveling case.
yeah,
My
I
electric shaver has a carrying case. Everything now has a case or a bag that you put it all in. And I'm thinking,
see.
never you put your stuff in a carrying
No,
case after you're done using. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, Josh.
no,
Everything
no.
has it.
In fact, I'm looking for the carrying case because I noticed that probably a couple months ago. Like I got these new headphones and they came
Uh-huh.
with the carrying case, and I'm like, why do I need this? Like this is
Everything.
just
As
for
if
an
we're always
everyday thing. Like
traveling.
I'm not.
Yeah.
And then even like external hard drives, like this guy came with a hard
Yeah.
case. I know this is a weird thing to complain about. Like this is like the worst, first world problems. But it is
But
annoying
it
because it's
is.
like I don't need all of this.
No, man, I bought
Like
a soldering gun for my son because he's doing this LED strip thing where he's like, soldering stuff. The soldering gun came with a case, but you have to plug it into a wall and leave it where it is. Like, I'm thinking, are people just like traveling so much that we need carrying cases for absolutely everything? And not only that, we're also intended to keep the boxes that all this cool stuff comes in, like Apple iPhone boxes, or, like, why are we doing this? Why are we keeping packaging and carrying cases for everything we own? So dumb.
phone is freaking out here. Or not my phone, but my watch. I don't understand this, but
Did that come with a
yes,
carrying
sorry.
case too, your watch?
I'm sure, because my wrist is not a good enough carrying case.
You're so dumb. I'm like, what are we
Yeah,
doing?
like yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. Like other than they feel like, well, we need to charge more, so let's give them some type of value.
It's the
I don't
carbon
know.
footprint that we're leaving behind. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it's the
Mhm.
funniest thing. I was watching a show the other day. No, sorry, it was like a YouTube thing. It was the documentary little thing, and they were showing Japan and
Mhm.
how Japan convenient foods are amazing. Like you can go to a vending machine and get a whole meal. Like everything's in vending machines. And they were saying how cool it was and how much better it was in America. And the funny thing about it was each thing these guys bought at a convenience store to make a meal had a package inside of a package inside of a package inside of a package. And so you are literally like leaving the biggest carbon footprint because you're throwing everything away. Like to get a drink
Mhm.
at a gas
Mhm.
station or service station, you have a cup, and then you have a cup of the ice, and then you have a cup of the boba. So you have three cups that you then get a fourth cup to dump all that stuff in. So now you have four cups for
No.
one. Like, what do we is that really a good
Like
idea?
even if you're not necessarily like concerned about, the environment or leaving your carbon footprint, that's just annoying.
Yeah,
Like
that's a lot.
at that point, just go home and make the meal yourself, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you don't need, construct it based off of this bag plus this bag, add this bag to this bag, add,
Labor
this burrito.
intensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, one guy had this thing, and it was don't get me wrong, it was amazing. It was ramen noodles, and then it had like packets and packets, all this kind of stuff. But then they had this really big tray that all goes in, and when you pull a ripcord out of it, like it has some chemical thing, and then it gets so hot it cooks your food. So you literally have an oven on your lap. Like, what? And people are like, "This is so amazing." I'm thinking, "That's crazy.
I mean,
That's a
they're worried
lot of work."
they're they're worried about our lithium batteries blowing up, right? I'm
Yeah.
worried about my ramen noodles blowing up like on my lap. Like that's just a lawsuit waiting to happen, right? Like
Yeah. How'd you get your fourth degree burns? Yeah. What
you
if it's a
you
fourth degree
know
burn?
that like somebody on like Japan's Shark Tank,
Mhm.
went on TV to pitch this idea to McDonald's or whatever about
Yeah.
this wonderful way of, heating up their burgers or their fries. And, all you have to do is just rip this open and it will be piping hot so you can get crispier fries. And McDonald's is over here like, well, no, because
No.
last time we did that with our coffee, cost us, a few $1,000,000.
Well, I think the most state-of-the-art thing McDonald's culture ever got to that point was when they had the BLT, where they had that big, long styrofoam thing, and they had the
Yeah.
cold stuff over, and you had to, like, collapse it. Remember that thing? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was like the length of your arm, and you had to, like, fold it in half. Do you remember that thing?
No, I remember, and I'm pretty sure it's already given me cancer because of all that
Yeah,
styrofoam. Yeah.
absolutely. It's the
I
funniest thing.
I love McDonald's though. Can I talk about that? Like
I wish you would, because have you heard what's going on with McDonald's right now? How they are losing buku bucks because all of a sudden it's like a fine dining experience prices. And so I haven't been to McDonald's literally, Josh, in probably 9 months.
No, well, and it's true. Like the prices are ridiculous. I stick to see. I don't have very fancy taste. I should preface
Yeah.
this
You have a very
because
American palate like me, right?
right, I just want a cheeseburger with their onions that are the best thing in the world. Like I
Hmm.
love their onions. I don't even get combos anymore, to be honest with you. Like I like their fries, but I I will just get the regular cheeseburger. I mean, I should just get a Happy Meal, to be honest with you, because I just basically get the cheeseburger, I get a small fry, and then I'll get a regular or a large, diet Dr. Pepper or whatever, which
Hmm.
basically is a kid's meal without the toy. Because
You get, yeah,
I'm not
you're
going to
not
get a
getting the
combo
complete.
meal, and I can't get a combo meal like I don't want a regular size fry, and I don't want a super size fry
Yeah,
because it's like I love their fries, but when you have too much of their fries, you have too much of their fries,
right.
right? I know, like some people out there are probably like, well, duh, it's McDonald's fries, like they're the best. Like how dare you? I'm like, no, like you hit a point and you're like, okay, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
But the small child or elderly, fry packet is the best.
Hmm.
But yeah, their combo meals are ridiculously. I mean, it's
Second
like
mortgage on your
13
house.
it's like 13, $14. I'm like, what is this? Five Guys?
Yeah.
Like the,
Yeah.
you know, I love McDonald's fries, but I mean, it's
Do
not worth
we
it.
do we
It's
like it
not
that
worth
much?
it.
I found the best food that I've had in a long time, believe this or not, is that weird turkey provolone tomato thing they have at Costco. Have you tried this thing? It is magical. My gosh, I had it yesterday. Marissa and I split it in half. It's amazing. Have you had it? I don't know what it's called, but tried it?
I It's the sandwich, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. No,
That
I
thing.
I I love that, and I was at Costco myself last night, and
I would imagine so.
as one usually does, to be honest with you, um, I, per past conversations, how we have this tendency to bulk buy.
Oh yes.
I found the very last pair of shorts. You know how
For the
like
season?
sometimes
Yeah.
yeah, you know how they like they linger around a while and then they'll put them on like the discount rack for like, you know, $8 or like $5 off or whatever.
Oh
I
yeah.
found the last one and of course Marianne's like, "No, you have enough." I'm like, "I know, but this is the last one. I like trust me. This is it's either going to be really really cheap or it's about $5 off because I couldn't
Yeah.
there was no signage or whatever." And she just looks at me. She's like, "Okay." She's like, "You don't need it." And I said, "But it's the last one.
Yeah, you're like,
It's
"I
the
don't need it,
last one."
but I want it." Yeah.
I
Mhm.
know, and it's my size. It's my running short size because I run in these. I wear these, throughout the year, to be honest with you. But my
Absolutely.
running ones I wear medium, and then my regular ones I wear large. Just
Hmm.
for preference. And it was a medium, and I'm like, I need this anyway.
See? Yeah. But we went there
I just
exclusively for that turkey sandwich, man, yesterday. And I noticed something. I want your opinion on this.
I love how
And
I
I've seen it a
derailed your
lot.
whole story.
No, you're fine. Because I need your idea on this. Because I wonder if anybody else sees this. But like when we went to get our little drink, like there's no ice, right? Ice is out because it's like 16 trillion degrees. We're
Mm-hmm.
broken records. It's insanely crazy. So everyone's using ice. But I found out that
Mm-hmm.
everyone's not using ice, Josh. What I see everyone doing is filling their cup up, dumping more than half of it out, realizing that they didn't have enough. So they do it again, get the same amount as before, dump it out. So there's this ginormous, I'm sorry, ass mountain of ice and no ice in the machine. I'm thinking, people. And I saw this at Maverick. I saw
Mm-hmm.
this at Costco. I've seen this at other places where can we not get the ice ratio correct? And when you dump it out and you're hoping to only like reduce it by 2 or 3 cubes, but then the whole conglomerate of it pours out, you're not helping anyone.
No,
Holy
and
crap.
I've noticed this as well. Like
It's like a Mount Everest of ice. Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, because one in Costco, it's like that trough, right? And
Yeah.
man, this looks like an ice bath, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't understand because I've seen people do this at especially like at the holiday where
Mm-hmm.
they'll fill it up, they'll put the ice in, and then they'll put like it's like they have to taste test, the fountain drink. So they'll
Uh-huh.
sip it, and then if it either I don't know if it's because they like, well, okay, maybe I don't want the Mountain Dew, right? Maybe I want
Yeah.
something more cola-ish. And then they'll dump out the ice along with
Yeah.
it as well. And I'm like, this is a gas station. We're not sample testing anything,
It's not gourmet. Yeah.
It's not gourmet. Like,
So they dump
unless
it out
you're,
and out comes the ice, right?
I mean,
See,
the most
Josh?
gourmet you should be getting at a fountain drink is like 3/4, regular Coke and,
Mm-hmm.
a fourth of Diet Coke, right? Like that's
Dude,
kind of
it's
my
so
favorite
funny.
ratio. But yeah, it is. It's like it's such
Legitimately.
a waste of ice,
Uh-huh.
especially right now because
Exactly.
all the ice machines, I hardly see any ice anymore.
Holy crap. You know what's funny? A couple of days ago, I was at Maverick getting a drink, and there was a lady who was going absolutely crazy. And if I would have had my cell phone with me, I would have recorded her. I don't do that very often, but she was losing her everlasting mind because the pebble ice was gone and only the cubed ice was available. And you would have thought that they insulted her family name by the way that she was like pleading her disappointment with the clerk, and he's like, "I don't know what to tell you. I'm over here." Yeah, people get passionate about Pebble Ice. Have you noticed?
Well, was she pregnant?
Pebble Ice,
Was she
Pebble
pregnant?
Ice. I don't know. I wasn't that aware, but could have
Actually,
been.
yeah, and that's something that you don't want to be asking a pregnant woman or a woman that is taking, personal offense for
Get
pebble
this
ice.
lady
But
some ice. She's carrying. She's got a baby on board. No, how dare
I
you, sir?
I
Yeah, we don't want
I
that.
call it I call that ice pregnant woman ice because all of my sisters, all my sister-in-laws,
Good
whenever they're
point.
pregnant, that's the only thing that they will like. They'll eat it, right? Like it's a
Hmm.
meal to them. It's in every hospital for a very good reason, right? And
I didn't even
I,
think about that. Maybe she could give her some grace because maybe you're onto something. Yeah.
maybe we just revealed to her that she's pregnant. She didn't even know it, right?
Do you chew your
That's the
ice when you're
sign.
done? Do you do that when you're done with your
It
drink? Do you
depends.
like
It
chew
depends
the ice?
on the ice. Like pebble ice, I will, right? Like I'm the same way. Like I love the chewing it. It's not too
Josh,
rock
are you
hard,
pregnant? You're not because I've seen you, man. You're like a bean
right?
post now.
But
But do you do I don't really do that very often. Very
it
rarely.
depends. Like if I'm hungry or if I'm bored, I'll do it. Especially if I'm drinking, like while I'm working. If I'm at my desk or whatever. just
Yeah.
because it's there, and yeah, like, but I'm not, just because of the nature of my teeth as well. Like, I don't have overly sensitive teeth, but I have teeth that cause me enough problems. Like, I lost a crown a couple weeks ago off of
Mm.
stupid taffy.
Josh fell down and lost his crown chewing on taffy. It's good. It's a good
Yeah,
limerick. Yeah.
no, yeah. So like, it doesn't take much, you
Well,
know.
we
I mean,
went
I've
to
lost. I've
watch The Odyssey. I don't know if you've seen that yet. It's like a 3-hour movie, but
No.
the gal next to me was just feasting on her ice, and it was so loud. I mean, the Odyssey soundtrack is loud in and of itself, but this gal was just going to town on her ice. And I'm like, holy crud! Like, how did you just get a cup of ice, lady? Because like, it didn't seem like for the 3-hour movie she was empty of ice, but she was just chomping on it, and I'm like, holy crap! Like, movie
Yeah,
etiquette here.
well, and I will not chew on like the huge chunks of ice.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm?
Yeah, because that stuff is. I mean, you're not just asking for a missed crown. You're asking for like cracked teeth on those.
And a
But
bitten tongue. When your tongue goes numb and you bite it because it's cold, and when it comes down to that, it hurts. Don't
yes, it
do
does.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. That's happened to me a few times.
Have you seen The
But
Odyssey? Have you seen this? I was kind of like, yeah, I remember
no,
having to read that in school. Actually, very well done. Good movie. I'm surprised. Like, it
yeah,
flowed really.
I want to. I haven't seen a movie this whole year, like in the
Yeah,
theater.
dude. Yeah. It's the only one I've been to. We went to the back rooms when I was in Boston because my son wanted to watch it, and then the Odyssey last Saturday. But that's it, man. I don't go to movies as much anymore.
Yeah, and I tried last year because we even got the monthly subscription from
Oh
Megaplex,
yeah, that's right.
which worked for half the year, and then we're like, oh wait, we still need to go to movies.
Yeah,
So we ended up just
dude.
giving away, all the like the extra movies that we had to our nieces and nephews. But yeah, I don't know, unless it's something that I'm absolutely looking forward to, which I feel like I should with the Odyssey, like, be looking forward to that, which I just
It's pretty
haven't.
good.
And that's what I've heard, especially being Greek and everything, and
Yeah.
enjoying Greek mythology.
Can I tell you something funny
I
about that though?
should.
My wife legitimately thought that like Troy and the Trojan horse, she thought that was historically accurate. I said, Marissa, this is 100% a story that was written back then, but like
Mhm.
that didn't happen. Like there, she's like, what? It was kind of funny. I'm like, that she really did think that that was a thing. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, sweetheart. That you've never read that in your history book.
Well, to her credit, though, I will say, not that I necessarily believed it, but I would say that a good majority, I mean, I would feel confident saying Americans, but people in general, I feel like have that same belief
Yeah,
that it was a historical, story,
yeah,
because
yeah,
it sounds plausible, but at the same time, like, you're like, wow, they'd be really stupid if they did that.
yeah, man. I mean, talk about the ultimate like folly. Oops. Yeah, yeah. I
Yep.
mean, that's why. I mean, the
That's
messaging
not
was
a real
great.
horse.
Yeah.
What are these
I'm like,
people coming
Marissa,
out of it?
I mean, they fight a cyclops, like,
Mhm.
go through the siren sea. I'm like, Marissa, oh, how cute. It was a good movie, which was better than what we suckered ourselves into watching. I'm scrolling through social media, and I see this billboard in California. I don't know if you've
Mhm.
seen this, but it's a billboard to promote Netflix's movie, The Last House. And the front of this billboard is like a bay window in a house, and there's a real dude living in there, and he's just waving to everybody. And so it's kind of one of those gimmick things. And it's like, how long will he last? And then they released this movie called, The Last House, right? Or yeah,
Mhm.
the whatever, something. Dude, Talk about another movie, Josh, that I'm sure was written 100% through AI because it was the dumbest premise. I'm going to spoil the whole thing for you. So if you want to watch this piece of poo, guys, fast forward.
You're
The
not
whole premise. Have you heard this movie? Have you heard of this?
No.
The whole premise, Josh, is like starts out with this guy fishing in the ocean, catches a fish, throws it back in the ocean. Oh, catch and release. He goes home. His wife says, our house is falling apart. He's like, I know. And then a storm comes in and they get locked in the house. They can't open the door, can't break windows. Something's going on. The water of the rain is creating some kind of force field around their house. And so they're like, oh, this is weird. So they get a little whiteboard and they pop it up on the window. And the neighbor's like, we're stuck too. It must be the government or it must be aliens. They're kind of talking back and forth. Day one goes by. They try to open the door next day. Day two goes by. Pretty soon they realize that everyone's stuck in their houses. It's been weeks now and there's monsters out there, right? And this family gets stuck in this house for 5 years. 5 years, Josh. The kids grow up. They pull the baseboard down or the floorboards out of their house to grow food. Their dad happens to be an engineer, and they found out that if they can get a contraption through the fireplace, that they can catch animals, and so they fish for animals. And then all of a sudden, the monsters come in and they have a fight, and they get out. It is the dumbest freaking movie I've ever seen, and you can tell written 100% by AI. Yeah.
I have so many questions because
5 years in their house. Their dog dies and they have to eat their dog.
They eat their dog?
They eat the dog. They use a lot of the dog parts to catch other animals, but yeah, they eat the dog.
You see, you don't kill the dog.
Yeah.
Like that's rule number one of like movies.
The dog died of old age. Well, technically it died of old age, but then he put a bullet in his head because he didn't want to see it suffer. So he did kill the dog. I guess you're right.
Still, like,
it started off like, hey, this could be something, but we don't know where the monsters come from. We don't know if they're aliens. We don't know why. It's the stupidest thing.
Well, that's what I'm struggling with because like you got to give some type of like backstory or premise, right? To understand, because when it's just so ominous like that,
yeah,
like you're not creating any kind of fear. Like, oh, okay, well, there's monsters out there. There's no investment. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
like, I don't know.
There's none.
Like,
there's none. And we don't even find out. And again, they get out of the house finally. The monsters open the door for them because just like in that very first scene where the guy catches the fish and lets it go, they catch this monster and they're going to kill it to get to escape. But then he looks into its one little weird eyeball and they make eye contact and he cuts the rope and lets it go. And then immediately the monster opens the door and lets them walk out. And then all the other monsters come and surround them. But the other one comes out on the porch and is like, "Aah!" And then they all let him go. Granted, it's been like five years, so there's growth everywhere. Humanity's dead. They find the biggest piece of crap boat and they all float away on it. The last scene is them on some weird yacht floating into the ocean. You can tell it's AI. People out there creating movies and content, we can tell when it's AI. Like as much as you think it's gonna pass, we can tell. Dumb. I think we're bracing for impact for a lot of these kind of like stories, movies, content. It's all now going to be AI garbage, dude.
Well, and here's the thing, especially with AI, like there are so many great things with AI, right? That we can do. There's ways that it can improve, writing, it can improve processes, right? But it's not there to necessarily do the creative work for you. And this is something that I deal with, in my big boy job where I have coworkers in that are like, well, just have AI do it. Well, it's like, okay, but you have to realize like there's the creative process. Like I need to bring in the creative process and then I almost use AI as a consultant of like, okay, how can I make this better? Not make this better, right?
Yeah, I do that with Grammarly.
Add the fluff.
I do that with Grammarly, and it's great because I'm like, oh, it's a better way to put this. But I don't say, Grammarly, write me a message to tell Josh that I don't want to record the podcast today because I forgot my laptop, right?
Yeah.
I say that, and then it comes up Grammarly. It's like, do you want to say it this way? I'm like, oh, that does flow better. Too many words in what I was saying. But you're right, man. When you're relying on it to be your creative portion of your brain, we can tell.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I use AI quite a bit in my job, mainly because I do a lot of marketing. I do a lot of processes, right?
Yeah.
I'm asking it to help me with the process of like, how can I reach these students? How can I reach, this faculty? Not write me a whole flipping story.
Did you see that senator that I don't know where he was from, but I saw that he was reading something about a bill he wanted to propose. And as he was reading it, when it got to the end, he said, he's like, and this is why this bill would be worth our time to consider. Insert here if you'd like to go into more direction on how to make this flow into a public. And so he read, like you know how it says that at the end? It's like, like if you want this to sound more, and he read that portion and was like, what the crap, dude?
That's pretty
nice.
That's pretty funny.
Insert here if you want more content on how this would flow better with people that make. Yeah, it's the funniest thing, dude. We can tell, especially when you know someone's writing style. This happened with family and stuff where they get up on their pedestal or they perch themselves up because they want to, and you can tell them like, wait a minute, a month ago you were barely chicken scratching these messages. Now you seem like you're an English professor. I think you're chat GPTing this. I love it, man. It's so funny.
Yeah. No,
voiceovers. Voiceovers. People do this now, and they're making lots of money where they're doing voiceovers. But you can always tell because there's that weird part where it's like, maybe the thing would say in 2019 this happened, but when Chat GPT is reading it, says it's like in 1900 and whatever. Like it reads it weird.
No,
and you're like,
I've noticed that like in a lot of the YouTube videos or shorts that I'll watch, like it makes me mad. Right. When you're sitting there and you're listening to something and like it totally, especially when it butchers like the name, like sometimes
the name.
Like I will like, what was it I can't remember. I mean, we're jazz fans here, right? You remember Olden Polynice?
Huh?
The old jazz center who got arrested for impersonating a cop when he played for the Jazz.
So good.
I was just scrolling through reels or whatever on YouTube, and it was AI. It was an AI voiceover, and they totally butchered like Polynice, which is a little bit trickier, especially for AI. But it came out like Polynice or something just so completely like out there. And I've noticed that with like last names or with names, and you're sitting here like, well, you just lost all credibility, But then they're also the ones that get all the views and they get all the clicks as well. Maybe that's what we need to do. We just need to start doing voiceover, like AI voiceovers. We'll get all the clicks in the world. I don't know. But
have you seen the feature here on Riverside where you can make yourself a cartoon, and so we could put our clips as if we're cartoons? Because that's pretty funny when you.
Yeah,
it's pretty hilarious.
I haven't. Maybe we should dabble with that a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe I'll make one of the reels. Funny. Maybe I'll make one of the reels that we have for this. Yeah, as a cartoon. I think that'd be
pretty
fun.
funny. Hey, have you noticed like on some of the reels when we get randos like commenting how funny it is? Like some guy was calling me and you out because we were talking about something. Just two guys talking about blah blah blah, and I'm like, I can't remember what he said, but it was something super like cocky. And so I replied back. I said, "We're in a relationship." So if you see that, like it's just to mock him, just so you know.
That's funny. No, I'm. It was fireworks. It was the fireworks reel.
That's what it was.
I saw that.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
like, dude.
I'm like, dude, this is like,
which is funny because that means you're still interacting with our content, which is hilarious. That's why I don't give people the time of day. I used to give people the time of day all the time, but I'm thinking if I comment on this, they're gonna get more. Like,
yeah. Well, and I mean, it's kind of the nature of social
the
media now
internet.
anyway. It's like
Yeah,
it
dude.
doesn't matter what kind of attention you get, right? Like that's why so many people just and it's a sad commentary that people will just like, okay, well, the negative, well, that gets attention, and they'll just lean into that, which
Yeah.
is unfortunate. But
Yeah.
at the same
Makes them
time,
feel
like,
bold.
yeah, like, okay, whatever, I don't know,
So funny.
whatever.
So funny. I love it.
But yeah, that comment did make me
I laugh
laugh.
at it.
So yeah,
Well, which is
I
funny
mean,
because when it lands and you laugh, you're like, dude, we are just two guys talking about really nothing. I mean,
I know.
get to
We
know
just
us.
we do this so that we can hang out, formally. We have our hangout time, penciled in every week. 7
Yep.
a.m. Wednesday morning, which
Yep.
I like so much better than Tuesday nights.
It works so much better for me. No, it's been good.
Well, I'm more awake, more energetic because Tuesday nights or any night after like
Uh-huh.
9 or 8 o'clock, that's when my body is like, all right, let's wind down. And then, that's when my meds, my ADHD meds kind of wear off. And I feel bad because it's like, that's usually when my wife is more social, I guess, and she wants more to be more social. And I'm just like, I just want to go to bed now at like 9. She's like, what? You don't want to spend time with me? I'm like, I do, but I'm gonna be probably falling asleep. I don't know. You don't have that problem though with your meds,
No,
because I think we're on the
no.
same thing. We're both on
Yep.
Vyvanse, and yeah, for me, because I take my meds usually at about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I go back to bed.
That's amazing.
No, well, I love it because like I naturally just kind of wake up in such a great mood, like at the high, right, of the finance. So like I wake up just happy because
Ready to go.
without it, I used to be a very grumpy like morning person,
Morning
but it's
person?
changed.
Yeah.
It's changed my mornings, and so I love being able to wake up just kind of naturally from it. So yeah,
Maybe I should do
usually
that
by
because I'm
about
not a morning
9:30.
person either.
You should. It's life changing.
That's
But
so bizarre. Well, yeah, man, it works, and I think that for the time when no one cares what we're doing this early, it does help. It does help quite a bit, and it is. I don't know, man. I think that people that are early risers, I've always wondered about their motives for life because I never been, couldn't ever be a morning person. I'm a night owl, obviously, but I aspire to be a morning person. I just don't know what that would take. Like
yeah,
I'd rather see a sunset than a sunrise. I guess I don't know, man. That's personality.
it's funny because like I've definitely turned into a morning person, but I'm not the I don't know.
So I couldn't even get up and
I'm a
go
keep
running
to
in the morning.
yourself.
So I'm a running in the evening guy. Like
No, see, and
that's
I'm that
so
same way.
hard.
Like I mean that's the procrastination in me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I work so much better at a deadline that I'm like, okay, well, I've got to get out by 7 o'clock or it's going to be dark by the time I finish my run. Right.
Yeah.
Like I have to hit
Yeah.
that. But it's like, if it's 7 o'clock in the morning, I got the whole day.
You know
You
what's
know?
funny about that is last Saturday, Marissa and I. So we got up fairly early. I don't know why. We both kind of just woke up. It was probably like 7 o'clock, and we're going out, getting ready to get breakfast, and all of a sudden I see this Instagram thing pop up about a guy who is living in Taylorsville, I believe, who has a donut shop called Donut Boy. Have you gone to that place? I'm glad I don't live there, man, because this
No.
guy makes the most amazing donuts. Gosh, we drove from Springville to Taylorsville to go get this guy's donuts. And he was, it was like live broadcasting, that he was live streaming. And so we could see the donuts leaving the store as we're driving up there. I'm like, I got to hurry. I got to get there because this man sells out every day. Like, I highly recommend you going to Donut Boy if you're in a depressive mood.
What kind of donuts? Because it's funny because I'm not a huge donut person.
Mm-hmm.
However, mainly because I don't know what it is. Like cake donuts, it kind of...
Cake donuts. But what about old-fashioned donuts? Like those old-fashioned ones, they're kind of...
I love the old-fashioned, with the glaze. Like
you will weep when you eat his old-fashioned donut, man. So the reason why I caught my eye, because this guy's from New York. He's from New York. I saw one of his videos when he was in New York City celebrating the Knicks. Yeah, And I'm like, he's like, yeah, maybe it's West Valley. I don't know. He's from somewhere up there. But dude, we're talking gourmet. He has this one. It's called the Tuxedo, where it's a donut and it's got this chocolate mousse and it's got this whip. Oh my gosh, Josh! Like, I almost started to cry eating these donuts. They were so good. I'm like, I can't eat.
I need to look this up. Well, no, see, and I can't. Like with my...
Yeah, they are.
With my EOE and that, like cake donuts don't mesh very well with me. Glazed donuts, on the other hand, I'm okay with, but that sounds good, actually.
His Boston Bavarian was
you said Donut Boy, West Valley.
Donut Boy. Okay, West Valley. Yeah, go check his Instagram out, man. Check his TikTok. Okay, it's insane.
I'm gonna share. Let me. My gosh, look at that.
Can you see?
To be honest with you, I'm looking at this. Okay, so people out there, especially people who have lived in or around Bountiful, know Parsons Bakery. My favorite bakery. They make just some of the best pastries. The alligator is my favorite, which is a
alligator
glazed donut.
Jaw.
Yeah, and it has raspberry frosting kind of in the middle, right? Shaped as a triangle, like a gator. They have cookies and things like that. It's amazing. But I'm looking at the pictures.
Hold on, let me ask you this. Did that bakery that you're going to, did it do the maple donut correct? The long one with the frosting and not the glaze? Like the frosting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They're official then.
So yeah, Parsons Bakery, ever since actually when they were actually in the 5 Points Mall when we had the best darn card shop in America.
Brilliant.
There. And so that's where my love affair with Parsons came with. And they've been around, they've moved around in Bountiful a couple of times. Best sugar cookies. Anyway, I could go on in there, but like I'm looking at these pictures right now of Donut Boy.
Dude.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
It's been around since 2015.
Yep.
So it looks like they're around Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sundays, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. or whenever they're sold out.
Yeah.
But yeah, New York City donuts in Utah, 4-pack of gourmet.
Dude, Josh. Like
the picture.
And they were so big that we shared them all with the family. Like you can cut them into fourths. And he changes it all the time.
An apple pie. They have a toasted coconut, a tiramisu.
Yeah, man. This dude knows what he's doing.
They have an Oreo. They've got the Homer Simpson, the pink donut.
I got that one. It's really good.
Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. No, so yeah. Let me see.
West Valley? Is that what it is?
Yeah, West Valley. Because I don't want to be a jerk and not like share the address.
Yeah, man.
So the address is 2194 West, 3500 South in West Valley.
Brilliant.
And like I said, they're open. Actually, they're closed Mondays. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. or sold out. Sundays, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. It
They
sells
sell
out.
out all the time, all the time. When I was
Ooh.
watching the live show as we were driving up there, like they're like, "Okay, we're out of this one now." I'm like, "We gotta go." Marissa, you watch for UHP. We're going.
They
Oh
have
gosh,
the butter. They
yeah.
have the buttermilk bar, the blueberry cake, chocolate
Mm.
glaze, creamy maple bar. Oh my gosh! Yep,
It'll change your life.
the maple old fashioned.
Yep.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, and they ran out of that one. That's the reason we went. But like, well, like there's plenty to choose from.
I
Just a
I feel
super
like
cool guy too.
we next time you come up here
Mm-hmm.
at like 6 a.m. Like I honestly like come up here at 6 a.m. 5:30. Pick me up. Let's go. Like you don't
I'll do
like
it.
Marissa. Like
I'll do
let
it.
Marissa sleep in. I'll let Marianne sleep in. Let's go get donuts. Yeah, it is the Homer Simpson. That's what they call it. I didn't even know that.
It looks just like, yeah, it is so good. And they're not like thick and dense, like they're very airy. Like I don't know what kind of magic you used, but it's good.
That's what they have a chocolate old fashioned.
Yep. It's Josh, I'm telling you. Yeah. So we were up there doing that, and I'm like, this is amazing. And there's a pizza place right across the kitty corner now that just opened that I saw that wasn't open while we got there, but it looked amazing too. So all these New York style stuff. So, I kind of like that city. So
I know. Well, as you're wearing a Chicago hat.
Chicago, 70 wins, Chicago Cubs. They've just hit 70 wins this season.
So are the Cubs your team then?
Yeah, it's simply because it's everyone's team. Because when we were growing up, all you got was the WGN, and so I'd watch the games. Like Harry.
Yeah, it seems like, especially here in Utah, it's either the Cubs or it's the Braves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes you get the A's because when I was a kid, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire,
Sammy Sosa,
but with the A's and everything, like,
mm-hmm.
That was a huge thing. Like, I remember where I was when the A's traded Jose Canseco to Texas,
yeah.
But like, I have such a hard time picking a baseball team other than like, I do love the Cubs, went to Chicago on my mission.
Well, yeah.
Went to Wrigley Field opening day 2001 in Wrigley Field was amazing, even though they lost. And and I've been to Yankee Stadium, I've been to Dodger Stadium, I've been to I've whatever they call it now, the Giants Stadium. I mean, it will always be. I just call it New Candlestick. But
are you going to drive down to Vegas to see the A's when it's done? Would that be something you would do?
Probably. I'm hoping that we get one of the expansion teams here.
We talked to Brandon about
this.
Yeah. Talked to Brandon about this. How plausible do you really think that is? Because hockey has taken off here. Like, people were worried that the Mammoth would come, or Arizona, whatever they were before, and they were kind of like, oh, it'll never survive here. Apparently, they were all wrong, because the hockey in Utah is here to stay. That was cool. Will we have the same fan base for baseball? Do you think people would come?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I know I would. Because they have the land, they have the plans, they have the funding for the stadium, right? They have the ownership group with the Larry H. Miller group. Everything is set into place. The only thing that is holding that all back is the collective bargaining agreement with baseball. And they need a new CBA. I don't know if you remember. I mean, it was 32 years ago today, actually. And again, I don't know why I remember most of these dates, but it was 32 years ago today that the 94 strike happened, right? And they're kind of expecting.
I remember that.
They're kind of expecting another work stoppage probably next year, which could possibly even wipe out like the whole season, which they're fearing. Wow. But there needs to be some restructuring, especially when you look at a lot of the salaries. You have players that are making, $70 million a year, which, you know, rightfully so. I mean, they're doing great, but at the same time, like, it's just not feasible. But as soon as that stabilizes, then they're going to proceed with expansion. And right now,
How does
Salt
that
Lake,
happen? Like, how does
what?
that happen? How if you got a $70 million player on your team, you're
Mhm.
not paying that guy through ticket sales. Like, how the piss do they make their money?
Well,
Because
it's
like
the Dodgers. It's the Dodgers, right? I mean, Dodgers, I want to say they're the most. I know that they're the most expensive, or the yeah, the
franchise, are they?
most expensive franchise, at least in Major League Baseball.
I didn't know
And
that.
it's been up there with the Yankees, but I think they just, they've won back-to-back championships. They're expected to win a third consecutive one this year. But I mean, they just picked up a Cy Young pitcher at the trade
Yeah,
deadline.
I did see
So
that.
they pay, like, they make their money.
That's
And it's not
crazy. It
just
must be
sales, it's
advertising and everything else, right?
TV, it's local TV.
Hmm.
I don't have all the numbers off the top of my
It's
head,
so
but like,
interesting to me. Crazy.
but like, you have like the Dodgers, over, and it's interesting too with baseball, because you have the Dodgers here who have the highest payroll in Major League Baseball, and they're struggling a little bit right now, but
Mhm.
they're at the top of their division. But then you also have like the Tampa Bay Rays, who have one of the lowest payrolls, and have had to scrimp for being competitive. But I think I think they're either the first, or I know they're in the playoff hunt. I think they're the top of the division, but they're competitive every year as well. And so it's
Hmm.
interesting because a lot of teams will make it work, right,
Yeah.
to be competitive. But at the same time, the bottom line, there needs to be some type of revenue sharing, like
Yeah.
football has. That the NBA does. They have salary caps for players and everything. So,
Mhm.
which
That would be
doesn't say
crazy,
much.
though. It would be
I know.
crazy to have Utah bring a professional baseball team in, because I mean, at that point, Utah is becoming quite a sports, like, hub. I mean,
Hmm.
soccer with the Real, the Jazz, the Mammoth, if we got a professional baseball team. I mean, college sports is very big here. So, I mean, like, it would be kind of a wild look. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I I'm excited. I hope I hope at least we get the major league expansion team. I
huh?
still am not, and this is a conversation for another day, but I'm still not convinced that the A's are set in stone to moving to Vegas. Yes, they are building the ballpark right now.
What would make you think they wouldn't be?
Their
Yeah.
owner is I don't think he has the capital or the money
Hmm.
right now. And I honestly, if there are delays in the stadium, because they're playing in Sacramento right now for at least 3 years, for at least 2 more years.
Wow.
And if there are more delays, or if there are any delays in the Vegas ballpark, I could totally see a situation like the Mammoth with Arizona with the Coyotes, where
Mhm.
their owner sells the team to Larry H. Miller. The A's moved to Utah, and then Vegas is awarded an
The
expansion
expansion.
team.
Wow.
And then they can start, once the ballpark
That
is
is
built.
crazy. Well, I did hear that the A's stadium is relatively small, all things considering.
Yeah,
Like, I didn't realize that.
35,000, I think, is the cap.
Capacity, yeah. Yeah, that's all
It's
things
it's going
considered,
to
that's
be
not very
interesting
big.
because, yeah, there's a lot of questions as far as Vegas's viability, because the NBA will be expanding into Vegas as well
Mm,
here within the next few years. So
wild.
it will be interesting. Like, I love Vegas, and I would love to see a major league team much closer. Obviously, here in Salt Lake more than anything,
Mhm.
but I still want to go to a Raiders game eventually.
Yeah.
So having it right next door, because Vegas, let's be honest, Vegas is just extended Utah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting. I just don't know the viability. More so the A's than anything, because baseball's a different beast.
Man, look at that. From ice to sports and everything in between. What
I know. See, you can tell I can definitely geek out about this. We need to have Brandon on the show.
Yeah.
Because I would love to do an even bigger deep dive on all of this, on the conversation. And actually next week, next Tuesday, we're actually going to the Bees game with him. So I don't know. We should figure out a way where we can record the podcast there.
Dude, where there's a will, there is a way. I have the ability to do such. Yeah.
I think that'd be fun if we could somehow manage that. If not, I think we should have Brandon on here soon, because I would love to talk about the A's, listen, baseball, the Bees.
If Brandon is, no pun intended, if he's game, I will bring my portable Zoom. And it is easy to use. I mean, it's very nonchalant. It's very,
as we're sitting there chowing down on the food, on the nachos, and
100%. Yeah.
I'm excited.
And that's why I like going to the game with Brandon, because when I have a question, because I like baseball, but I don't know some of the nuance. It's cool to sit between you guys to get that vibe. So, yeah, we should.
Yeah.
If you talk to Brandon, if he's like, well, Brandon, you're probably going to hear this before Josh will talk to you. If that's cool with you, let us know. I'll bring it. We'll have some discussion about it. We'll throw it in there as a bonus episode or something. I don't know.
Go Bees.
You have to stop it. I don't have a mouse. No mouse. I'm still dead in the water.
I've been waiting for you to cut me off.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot. And so